Jaime Munguia versus John Ryder, where the rubber meets the road for both fighters. Before I get into that, hit the thumbs up, sub, and notification button. That way you get updated when I drop the newest content like this. With that being said, let's get into the video. So both guys weighed in at the identical weight of 167.8, so they're ready to go tomorrow. Jaime Munguia is 6 foot tall, whereas John Ryder is a short 5'9". I don't believe he's 5'9". He was the same height as Canelo, so he's probably like 5'8", 5'7", realistically. Outside of that, John Ryder's 35. Jaime is going to be much younger at 27 years old. In my opinion, John Ryder has been in with the way better opposition, way better competition. So this is going to really show us what Jaime is all about. John Ryder has come up short in his biggest fights, but every big fight he's ever been in, he's made it a real fight. It has been competitive all the way up to Canelo, who he just fought. So you got to look at it like that. Nobody has had an easy night with John Ryder. So if Jaime can come out there, dominate him, and beat him, that is a very good look for Jaime. In my opinion, Jaime is not had a very strong list of opposition. He hasn't really been in there with the best of competition. And most of his wins is pretty much a buffer. It's a fluff. It's not really legitimate 42-0 record. So in my opinion, this is going to be the hardest fight that Jaime's ever been in on paper. I say on paper because we never know how it's going to look until they get into the ring. On the flip side, this is a much easier fight for John Ryder on paper than several of the fighters he's fought. I'll mention two. That's Callum Smith, who many people believe he should have beat, and Canelo Alvarez, who he just lost to. So on paper, this should be an easier fight for him than those other fighters were because they were much more established, much better opposition that they beat. So, again, this is really going to show us where Jaime is, because if Jaime is not as good as Oscar tries to make him out to be, John is going to show that. And this is a fight that Jaime could very well get just ran over, beat up on. I highly doubt John Ryder can knock him out because he just doesn't have a lot of power, but he will grind you. He will wear you down. So we're going to see how good Jaime Munguia's defense is, his ability to stick and move, and his ability to have that recovery endurance. Because like I said, John Ryder's going to come there and try to grind him down. He's going to be on top of him from the first round to the last round, and he's not going to stop throwing. So it's a very good match. It's a crossroads for both fighters. One for John Ryder is if you lose to Jaime, you're done at the top. You are done. Now, every big name that you fought, you came up short against. So there's really no way to go at 35 years old, in my opinion. If you need to keep fighting to make money, by all means, I always say keep doing it. But as far as title contention goes, it's just, it's unattainable at that point, in my opinion. Jaime Munguia, a lot of people have been making claims that he's not as good as he is made to be on paper due to his opposition. So if he loses to John Ryder, he's going to take a huge knock back. Again, he's young. He's only 27 years old. So unlike John Ryder, he can lose and come back from it and be his first loss, but it will be a huge setback. But I will say this. Look at Triple D, Daniel Dubois. He lost twice. He's young, and he just had his best win and best performance, in my opinion, against Gerald Miller. So being that Jaime is young, he can't come back from a loss. But in my opinion, John Ryder, if he loses, that's pretty much a wrap at the top. Let me know what y'all think about this fight in the comment section below. Who do y'all think is going to win? If I had to predict the fighter, I'm going to go with John Ryder. John Ryder has everything to lose. Everything is on the line, his career. And while he is 35 years old, he didn't look 35 years old, in my opinion, against Canelo. He looked still like he was in his prime. He still looked like that fighter that's going to make everything tough, everything hard. The only thing I will say is this. If it is close, we've already seen it this year. Don't be surprised if Jaime Munguia can walk away with a gifted decision, because he's going to be the hometown favorite. He's going to be the premier name. He's the next up-and-coming star, and he's young. So all the writing is on the wall for boxing to rob John Ryder if it is a tight fight. Again, let me know how y'all feel about this fight in the comment section below.